Hey everybody, welcome back to World of Warcraft and my gnome priest that I have here. So we were sent out to find somebody named Zabra Hex, a troll priest. And I guess he was frozen in stone?
It's too far away.
It feels like these spawns of mine haven't moved in years. Come, let's find some place to talk where we won't be caught by a basilisk gaze.
Oh, don't worry, I already took care of the basilisk. Oh, look, even the Naga are petrified. But yeah, I like that we just used a dispel to free him.
Talk to me.
It's a good thing you showed up when you did. So Velen wants to introduce a vision? That's no easy task, but it's nothing that Yalia and I can't handle. Yalia and I were delivering antidotes to the front lines at Feronar when we were attacked by a herd of murlocs. We dropped our supplies and made a run for it, but Yalia never made it out of the camp. Obviously I didn't fare much better. My bones still ache from being turned to stone. It's possible Yalia's still alive and being held captive. Please, you have to find her.
Stay away from the...
During our attempt to flee the Murlocs, Yalia and I dropped the supplies we planned to deliver to the demon hunters in Feronar. Inside each of these crates were vials of salve that took us countless days and resources to craft. If we don't get these supplies back, I fear our allies on the front lines will suffer.
Later.
Alright. Let's see if we can find Yalia. Gonna have to try and, mind control. Ooh. Oh, my goodness, fine. You want to die? Fine. That giant is petrified. I don't want to aggro all these basilisks. Especially since some of them will just straight up daze you. Because, oh my gosh, I hate daze. Yeah, the crates? Oh, look at this. Eh. Wait, hold on. I better... Hey. Hey. You best be fighting me. Apparently I can't. Okay. See, this is why I never use mind control. My gosh, it feels weird having Flash heal as a Shadow Priest. So in BFA, on my max level priest I have, I don't have Flash Heal as Shadow, at least when you get to higher levels. Now, I think that was because it was replaced with Shadow Meld. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, Shadow Mend, excuse me, yeah, because you can see here, it replaces Flash Heal. I would prefer it if they let us keep Flash Heal. Like, I'd like the idea of Shadow Mend. But, I mean, I would like it if that was meant for just allies. Because when you put this on yourself, you know, it's not as effective of a heal as Flash Heal, in my opinion. And of course it does it also does very light damage as well, So anyways, I would prefer it if we could keep flash heals the Shadow Priest, but whatever. I'll pick that up. That's the, hey, take this message to this person, which has to do with the questing in Azuna. So. Oh gosh. Oh, fine. I am very eager to, really test out, because of all the it's so funny.
Over here! I need your help! I've tried breaking out, but the wooden bars are too thick. This cage may be strong.
It's okay, I gotcha.
But remember, a Murloc's mind is weak and easily controlled.
Alright, fine. Just give me a second. But it's funny how I've been hearing so much about Shadow Priest in Shadowlands since the alpha, about how first I'll oh my gosh, it's terrible, it's so awful, why would they do this to Shadow Priest, it's the worst thing ever.
Too thick. This cage may be strong, but remember,
Then,
a Murloc's mind.
the rework happened, and all of a sudden, okay,
I don't have a target. I need a target. I don't have a target. I need a target.
there we go.
Have my thanks.
Alright, there we go. And now they are talking about Shadow Priest like it is going to be one of the absolute best specs, to the point where people went from saying they wouldn't even touch it in Shadowlands to now they are considering maining it in Shadowlands. I mean, that's pretty hefty praise when you think about it. To go from saying it's not going to be worth touching, it's going to be one of the worst in the entire expansion, to saying that you're going to main the spec in the entire expansion. Now, as I have said before, when I say I'm going to main a Death Knight in Shadowlands, what I mean is, on my first run, to me, the ideal class to play story-wise in Shadowlands, it seems to me, is the obvious choice is Death Knight. Now, I, of course, intend to play with multiple classes in Shadowlands because of the fact that they have been saying, yeah, guess what? You can be able to get some other different kind of cosmetic rewards and all that stuff. But also, each Covenant is going to have their own campaign, just like the Order Halls and Legion. And that immediately made me go, hello! Maybe this will be a much more alt-friendly expansion than I think it will. Now, the funny thing about Legion was that it was both an alt-friendly expansion, but it also wasn't. There was plenty of content for each of the classes in this expansion, but at times it made playing each of the different classes in this expansion a little bit rough and a little grindy, especially when it came to the rep. Oh my gosh, the rep grind in Legion was insane. Now, they've tried to really help that in recent times, especially with some of these buffs we have been getting, like the extra 100% reputation for both Legion and BFA reps. I think that was an excellent move. Sadly, it's gone. However, we do have the 16th anniversary buff going on right now, but still, that just really helped out because it was certainly one of my biggest problems with Legion. But you still had fun playing the different classes, such in all the different content. Whereas BFA, there was no motivation at all to play multiple characters. I mainly played 2 characters in BFA. That's it. one for each faction, because there was no real need or motivation for me to do so, other than, I have multiple classes for doing dungeons and raids, and I'm just like, I can't gear, because getting the right kind of gear and all the other stuff in BFA was a pain. Not to say that it wasn't also a bit of a pain in Legion because of the artifact power situation with weapons. But then later on, they did have the catch-up mechanic where you would get 110, you would get artifact knowledge 55, and boom, you're getting millions of artifact power. Look at Shadow dancing on her hind legs. You would get millions of artifact power once you reach that point, so you could just max out a weapon after just a couple of world quests. So they have tried to do stuff like that to try and make, helping your alts and such easier in that regard. And I really hope they're going to try and make strides to do that in Shadowlands. It seems to me like they are heading in that direction, but we still have to wait and see what the end result is. Of course, we're going to find out in a few weeks, because at the time I'm making this, it is November 5th. Because it's actually 2 a.m. So it's only 2 hours into November 5th, and we are just a little over 2 weeks away from launch day, Monday, November 23rd. And then, hey, we'll get back to regular time walking on December 1st. That's funny. So, but yeah, the anniversary goes all the way through here, and then Shadowlands will launch. So that'll be interesting.
How may I help you?
Your quick thinking got me out of a terrible situation. Thank you.
Keep the shadows at bay.
Do you have our supplies? There's no telling how many lives that you're saved by recovering these files.
Spirits be with you.
Greetings.
Forcing a vision isn't easy by any means. Finding the ingredients for the elixir alone will take a considerable amount of time. Time that we don't have. Too many are suffering on the front lines as we speak, in need of the salve that we were meant to deliver. I suppose if we all work together, we can make this work. Zabra and I will find the items needed for Velen's elixir. If you take the salve to Feronar and cure the demon hunters... Does that sound fair? You can tell I'm getting a little tired. It's 2 a.m. and I'm yawning. Feronar and cure the demon hunters. Does that sound fair? Alright.
Stay vigilant.
So now I have to make my way over there. So you know what? I'm just going to head over here to the Flight Master and Fellblaze Ingress, and then just fly back over here. Because remember, I don't get flying unlocked on this character until level 30. Now, the reason I've had flying unlocked on other characters that you guys have been seeing on video that were like 25 or something is because I had gotten them to level 60 before the pre-patch. When you get to level 60, you can be able to acquire flying. And so apparently at level 60, they got squished to level 25. That's why they have flying when they probably shouldn't. Alright.
My life
Location.
is steady.
By the way, as I have probably pointed out in in other videos, if you're going to want to pursue other appearances for your weapons, do Azuna, because you're going to have to come over here and do the Balance of Power questline, but you have to actually finish the questing here in Azuna in order to get access to it. At least the questing involving the blue dragons. You don't have to do the Prince Ferronda stuff, but you have to do the questline involving saving the blue dragons from the other Nightborn. Of course, I'll hold off on talking to Kanan Khadgar. Also expect me to be making videos where I redo the Demon Hunter starting zone to try and show it properly this time. Of course, if you're also wondering, hey, where's the starting zone? The brand new one, that Exile's Reach thing we keep hearing about. Don't worry, I have intentions to be able to do it. I've just been a little busy with my job. I actually just finished working like 11 or 12 days in a row consecutively at my job. So, yeah, I'm a little tired, but I finally have a couple of days off from work, so hoping to get some recording done. I mean, for goodness sakes, you can probably guess why I'm recording this at 2 a.m. in the morning. It's because I was working all day today, and I'm like, oh, I finally get to get home and just relax. And I was like, you know what, I feel like recording a couple videos. Let's go ahead and do that before going to bed tonight. So, hence what's going on here. Now, what's funny is I could be doing multiple things here, like getting in the other quests for this area, but I'll do that on my own off camera. I can just go do that later. For now, I'm just going to focus on, of course, the Class Order Hall quest to further the campaign, since that's kind of the point of what I'm doing here. So, it's just also a little funny to try and find little, like this right here, when I'm also seeing stuff like that. So, oh, well, hello. There we go. Yeah, I gotta say, the burst damage, when you get them down and you can be able to use Devouring Plague or Shadow Word Death, woof, woof. Of course, now other players are showing up, but that's fine. What? Oh, it's another priest. Oh, now I've got to compete. I've got competition for this quest. Oh, no. I thought, it's other players, whatever. Until I realized it's another priest. I'm like, oh, no.
The world will soon perish. I serve.
Ow, ow, ow. Okay, I just need one more. Get on up. Hold on. I was like, you two better be, like, right over here. Because if you're all the way back over there, I'm going to be a little upset. Nah, they're here. I love that Shadow at times will actually, change to like a holy yellow look instead of just the purple look. I'm telling you, I love Shadow. It's one of my absolute favorite pets.
May the light guide you.
We have found the ingredients that we will need for Velen's elixir.
Farewell. Well met.
Your willingness to help is admirable, and it gives me insight into what kind of leader you will be. I know you mean to gather priests from all factions and lead them in a battle against the Burning Legion. It's an extraordinary task, but one that you will not have to embark on alone.
We stand together.
Who you be?
I have a good feeling about ya. This terrible day really started to turn around when ya showed up. Some might call it luck, but I think it's fate. We were meant to cross paths. This could be the beginning of something great.
I choose to believe that fate has brought us together.
I like that's the same voice as Vol'jin.
Light is right.
Oh, and now we have to go do a dungeon. We have what we need to create Velen's elixir, but in order for others to be able to witness his vision, we will need to find something that can be used to project images from the mind. A lens from the nearby Naga should work well, but I don't think they're going to be too eager to give it up. Alright, so
Stay vigilant.
I will, of course, do the dungeon off camera. Of course, if I wanted this to kind of coincide with this zone, I would have to go ahead and do the other questing involving going to do the Prince Frondus questing in order to basically get access to that. But more than likely, I'll just go ahead and do the dungeon in order to continue the campaign. And this is something that is very common in the campaigns. You are going to have to do dungeons in order to actually progress in the campaign to get certain things from certain places, or from certain bosses. So, anyways, I'll be heading into the Eye of Ajar dungeon, which apparently it drops from Lady Haycoil, and then we will continue with a vision of the future from Velen himself. Stay tuned.